Hey, John. The Hawks had lost, I think it was 10 straight to Toronto. How good is it to finally get a win against these guys?
No, I mean it's great to get a win. Any win in this league is a hard fought victory. So always just glad to be on the winning side. I didn't know that stat. Might have tried to play just a little harder if I knew it, but now it's over and we can focus on building our streak.
What was working well offensively tonight?
I just think the movement of the ball, the flow of the ball. You know what I mean? We were moving the ball well, getting guys open shots, and guys were making shots. You know what I mean? Um, and when there's a team chemistry, a team camaraderie of guys playing the right way and trying to get better shots for their teammates, the flow becomes a little bit easier. Guys aren't forcing things, and we can just play regular basketball. So I feel like that was what helped us out today.
Jamila Johnson.
Hey, John, how are you?
Good, Mel. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. So you have kind of talked about this before, but your three-point shooting has, of course, increased. Your percentage has increased this year on your career. But let somebody in your family tell you kind of had that in your bag all along. You just haven't really been showing it. Is that something you've really been working on, or is that something you kind of didn't feel comfortable shooting? Just what is it about your three-point shooting now?
It's not necessarily the 3-point shot itself. I feel like anybody who watches me shoot the ball understands that I have a nice flow, or there's no hitches or anything preventing me from my shooting motion. It's just the game situations in which I've been asked to take threes have been very minimal up until this point. But it is a new league, you know what I mean, a new way to play basketball. So I'm not saying that I've been gunning for threes my entire career, but always been something that I've had in the bag that now I have to use and utilizing well.
Edwin Powell.
What's up, John? Congrats on the win, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We always hear about coach talking about closing out a game. Is there a difference in mindset when you talk about closing out a game as opposed to maybe just playing ball in the first or the third quarter? Do things get a little bit different when it's kind of crunch time for you?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, for sure. I feel like things are dramatically different from that, start of the first quarter to the end of the game. Guys, and coaches will try to exploit whatever mismatch or whatever opportunity they see on the court, and it becomes a chess match and a matter of who can make the right decision at the end of the game, because we're all talented guys, but now we have to make the right decisions and, as you said, close out the game. And that's very different from when you open a game and, you're starting to figure out the rhythm of your team versus the others, completely different.
Thank you.
Najee Wilkins from the Signal at Georgia State University.
Hey, John, you had 19 points tonight, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 blocks. You kind of did it all around tonight. Do you kind of pride yourself on being an all-around player?
I do. As I continue to say, I want to be one of those guys that coach never has to pull off the court because of any mismatches or any reasons or anything I can do. I want to be able to have the ability to do everything at all times, at a high motor with the high motor that I have. And I understand when I'm active and in that mold and role, I'm very, very good at what I do. So I try to, get myself in those positions often, in that mindset often.
Cassidy.
Hey, JC, you've talked about wanting to get to the free throw line more, and you got there tonight. So what do you think was the difference in getting there more tonight and then other nights when you haven't gotten to get the calls?
Yeah, definitely have to stay aggressive. I'm always a competitor. I feel like they still, could have gave me the nod on a couple, but, progress is progress, and just have to continue to stay aggressive, continue attacking the rim, and trying to put pressure on the defense.
Jamila.
John, what was it like to see your former teammate DeAndre Bembry? I know with COVID protocols it's kind of weird, but how were you? Were you able to talk to him at all, and were you able to catch up a little bit?
Yeah, very briefly. But it was always great to see a old teammate. Dre is a guy that I've spent a lot of time with here in Atlanta. So no need for a long talk, but more of a what's up. You know what I mean? And it was just good to see.
Sarah.
The last few games we've talked about, executing in the fourth quarter. How much better do you feel like you guys executed in the fourth quarter? Like, for example, when they cut it to 6, but you guys were able to still pull away and seal out the win.
No, yeah, we definitely did a better job. And as I said before, I'm very critical about every possession we have. And, I definitely felt like we were aware of the necessities to win tonight. And I felt like we made an effort to try to win. Obviously, execution can sometimes be hit or miss. It's a game of basketball. But I feel like together as a mindset, we all knew what we had to do to close out this game. So.
Got 2 more for you. First from Andy. Andy, we can't hear you, brother.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was muted. Pardon me. John, hey, what's up? I was muted on my side. I wanted to ask you, look, I can tell you guys are having fun out there, but what I wanted to ask you was when Trey throws the ball, between a guy's legs, do you ever get nervous that, he's going to mess up? It's going to get a turnover. I mean, when you guys are winning, I guess it's good, but if you guys were losing, would you feel a little more nervous or you just trust the guy?
Nah, man. I'll say this, if Trey does something like that, he knows he's going to get it off. You know what I mean? Trey is going to be Trey. But when he does it, or I feel like when he does, like I said, do those moves, he's already pre-analyzing the situation to make it so, he might not turn it over. Stuff happens, but I'm never nervous. You know what I mean? That's just his game. He's going to do ice Trey. You know what I'm saying? He's going to do his thing, man. We got to figure it out. He's going to do his thing. You know what I mean?
Final question from Tanitra Batiste at 92.9 The Game.
Hey, John, congrats on the win. One of the things that really kind of came through tonight was the bench play, particularly Danilo Gallinari. So how important was it for you guys, especially at points when the starters needed some rest to make sure you guys are ready for that end of game stretch? How important was it to get contributions from the bench?
I love, as I said before, I love playing with Gallo. I feel like he brings a great chemistry, great skill, great basketball mind to the team. So whenever he gets going, it always just benefits us in a lot of areas. Him being on the court, spacing wise, benefits me tremendously. So I feel like, as I said before, when guys like him can get it going, the dynamics of our team become real hard to stop. So always love playing with Gallo.
Thank you, JC.